If you missed out on the factory fog lights on your 2019 and newer Silverado, well, here is your chance to add a factory styled pair in chrome, all for right around that mid to high $200 price point. Now this set of OE styled fog lights will feature that modern and bright LED lighting, along with all of your necessary wiring and switch, making for a very straightforward install. Speaking of which, site's gonna stick with a strong 1 out of 3 wrenches here on the difficulty meter and call this one at least an hour or so to complete from start to finish. But as always guys, hang with me for a bit and we'll walk you through this job later in the video. So as I mentioned at the very top of this video, these are gonna be a very affordable solution for you newer Silverado owners who may have missed out on the factory fog light option and don't wanna drop the $1,000 or more to get the factory Chevy fogs on your rig. Now on the other hand, if you do have the factory fog lights installed, maybe a damaged one due to a rock chip or a fender bender, then this would also apply to you guys as well. I do want to be very clear here guys, these are factory styled fog lights. These are not OE Chevy lights. Just be sure you know that before pulling the trigger. Now when installed, they will provide better visibility at night, during a rain or snowstorm, or during heavy fog thanks to that full LED operation. Philips LED bulbs here to be exact guys, which are going to be noticeably brighter compared to a dim factory incandescent bulb, while at the same time matching the factory LED headlights perfectly. Now those LEDs are loaded into a factory styled housing here, which will fit the corresponding cutouts on the factory Silverado bumper perfectly and without the need for any modification. Now those housings have been made from a durable ABS plastic guys, and they have been given the chrome treatment here inside the reflector assembly, and that's gonna resemble the factory offered fogs. And then finally guys, last but not least, they are sealed nice and tight here behind that polycarbonate lens, and that's gonna help prevent any fogging or condensation from building up over the years. Now these options are 100% plug and play guys, thanks to your included wiring harness, as you can see right here, along with a push button style on and off switch. Now I have gotten questions about the wiring itself. Can you maybe wire these into your factory headlight switch? And at this time, while I'm sure it is possible if you're very good with wiring, the kit is not set up to do that right out of the box. So again, if you wanna get creative, you wanna get custom, wire them into a factory switch, I'm sure you can, just know that that's not how this kit is gonna be set up, again, when you receive them. But with all that being said, the kit is extremely well reviewed here on the site currently. In fact, I always encourage you guys to read up on some of the reviews left by fellow Silverado owners out there who have actually pulled the trigger on this kit, installed it, and really seem to be enjoying it. But now what do you say we shift gears? Let's get into that install as promised earlier. Again, not gonna be too bad here thanks to the plug and play design we just talked about. But to give you a better idea just how exactly things will go down, check out our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown right now.
Tools for our install: an electric ratchet or ratchet, a 7mm and 10mm socket, a depinning tool, a trim removal tool, as well as a wire crimper and stripper. Now we are going to start by removing our factory fog light covers, since ours did not come equipped with factory fog lights. For you, you would just simply replace your fog lights. For us, we do need to remove the covers, so let's get into that now. Grab your 7mm socket and go ahead and remove your cover, and so we can get our new fog lights in place. And remove your cover. Now your kit does provide you with new hardware to change out if yours are rusted or damaged or anything like that. However, ours is in great condition, so we'll go ahead and reuse our factory hardware. Go ahead and grab the bolts that you took off from the cover and hand thread those in. Grab your 7mm socket once again and get those bolts tightened down. And we'll repeat those steps on the other side. Now with our fog lights in place, we can go ahead and drop our wiring harness behind the headlight here to reach the fog lights at the bottom of the bumper. And then on the other end, we'll go ahead and wire to the battery and then run the rest with the switch through the firewall. Now your wiring harness will go between the headlight itself and the wheel liner, so we won't get interrupted by any moving parts. Now that we have our fog light wiring harness ran to our fog light locations, we're going to go ahead and wire in through the battery to power them. Now go ahead and remove your battery cover to give us access to the positive terminal. Place that to the side. Again, we are working with our white power wire and our black ground. Obviously black is going to go to your negative ground and your white is going to go to your positive ground. Go ahead and grab your 13mm socket to get the top bolt on, the positive terminal undone. Slide in your spade connector on the white wire. Tighten that back down. And for the negative terminal, it is going to be a 10mm socket. Now with our power wire on our switch side, I would suggest picking up some 22 gauge wiring in order to extend that harness. That way you don't have to go into your factory harness. We're gonna go ahead and connect our 22 gauge extension to our switch with our butt connector and go ahead and crimp them together. Now your orange wire coming from the switch is your power. Go ahead and take one end and crimp that down. And we'll go ahead and place our extended wire on the other side. Now we will go ahead and run this to our driver's side. Taking the other end of the power, we're going to go ahead and get a spade connector onto that. And with that, we'll also get that connected to our positive terminal as well. Now, as far as your relay goes, we'll go ahead and grab our trim removal tool and remove the push pin located at the front of the battery in order to place our relay there and out of the way. You can now grab your battery cover. Make sure your wires are going through the back side of the battery. Now that you have your harness connected to your battery, we're going to be running our switch into the cab. The easiest way that we found to do that would be to follow the hood latch wire. We're going to depin this connector for the plug and then get that plugged in on the inside. To make things easier, we're going to depin our switch plug so it shares a comfortable place next to our hood latch wiring. Make sure that you remember the orientation of which your plugs go in. And now we could run that next to our hood latch. Again, what you're going to do is follow your hood latch wiring into the firewall and squeeze your wiring through the side of that grommet and feed them through your cab And now we can pop our plastic plug back onto our pins. Plug in your switch harness and place your switch in a preferable location on your dash. And for our ground for that wiring switch, we are going to pull up our trim panel here and ground it to a chassis bolt. Which is located right next to the dead pedal. Taking your 10mm socket, undo the nut from that chassis bolt, and wedge your ground spade in between the nut, and retighten your nut. Tuck some of your wiring behind the panel that you removed and replace your trim panel. And finally, don't forget to plug in your fog lights. That's gonna wrap it up for this review and install of the OEM style full LED fog lights fitting your 19 to 21 Chevy Silverado 1500. For more cool videos just like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button at AmericanTrucks.com.